Ladies and gentlemen, Bungle. Today we're going to be talking about Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter. If you're new to my channel and you don't know who I am, you may be asking, okay, Bungle, who are you? Well, I'm Bungle and I like to do whiteboard presentations. But I also like to talk about Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter, which is a great alternative to AAA games such as Battlefield 5, because if you want a game focused in World War II based on historical authenticity, historical accuracy, it's a good first-person shooter, well, Enlisted is the way to go. Now, without further ado, we're going to be talking about, basically, we're going to be ranking the campaigns today, right? All the campaigns that are currently available as of today's date, June 8th, 2021. Now, this is for new and for current players, all right? So, starting off with, we're going to go kind of rank the campaigns that are currently available, right? We only got 3 right now. Battle Moscow, Battle Berlin, which is kind of a closed beta test, but it's also kind of open if you pay to get in, so it's kind of a paywall, but there's also the Invasion of Normandy. All right, so we've got 3 different campaigns. And this is kind of important because if you're a new player, new to the game and everything like that, you kind of want to understand where everything's at. If you're a current player, you kind of want to understand probably my thought process on why I like certain campaigns over the others. And we'll kind of dive into it and we'll go from there. So first off, what is number 1, Bungle? What is number 1 for you? Well, I'll give you a little backstory. When I first played this game, started out, Enlisted when it was like really, I think, closed beta test when it first came out. It was like the first thing that was available was the Battle of Moscow. Everything earlier than that, they had Battle of Berlin, but it was like fully, there were different versions of the game that came out. But the first official version that came out was the Battle of Moscow, right? And Battle of Moscow, you know, when that first came out and everything, it was definitely, I would say now it's very polished, but it's probably the most balanced experience. And comparing it to all of the other game modes and stuff I've been playing right now, Battle of Moscow, like I said, is very balanced to the point where there's no clear, each side's got its own advantage, but it's not to the point where it's overwhelming. Now the con with it though is that it's early World War II. So a lot of stuff's a lot slower paced and everything. And if you kind of, you know, if you like slower paced gameplay and you kind of like, you know, not really like run and gun, or not, I'm not saying it's like Call of Duty, but I mean, the gameplay is very slow compared to the Invasion of Normandy or Germany or Battle of Berlin. That, you know, it's kind of, for me personally, I'm not a fan of it. And the reason I'm saying that is just like I said, it's very slow. If you play the Invasion of Normandy or you play Battle of Berlin and you go play Battle of Moscow, you notice right away that the vehicles are way slower, the tanks are way slower, they turn slower, the turret traverse is slow, crews, you know, the weapons aren't as powerful and everything like that. So there's that. And, you know, for me personally, I don't want to say I'm like a Call of Duty player, but I did grow up around Call of Duty. I really did like the run and gun stuff and kind of just that quick gameplay. So, you know, it's a very balanced game mode. And I feel if you're a new player to the game, or maybe if you're in that older audience that kind of, you know, likes that slower type of gameplay and everything, well, I'm going to think the Battle of Moscow is definitely the way to go. But for me personally, I'm going to rank it 3rd. And it's not that it's a bad game mode, but I just can't stand the slow gameplay. And it's just not as fast or quick pace as a Battle of Berlin or Invasion of Normandy. And like I said, just for me personally, you know, Call of Duty, I like Call of Duty and all that when I was growing up. So, you know, playing that quick gameplay and everything, even, you know, play Destiny 2 and all that, I kind of like that type of gameplay. So, Battle Moscow, if you're a new player to the game, definitely start off. So this would be great for new plus older players. So if you're a new player, you're kind of old, you know, no offense to age or anything like that, right? But I do agree, you know, my reaction time is getting way slower too as I get older. So, you know, if you kind of want that, and that's kind of one of the things I know another content creator out there, Sonar Chief, kind of his big issue with Enlisted is like, yeah, you know, it's a little too fast paced, right? But maybe, hey, if you kind of like that sort of gameplay, it's kind of cool how that is, you know, maybe Battle of Moscow is definitely the way to go. Now, next one, right? The next one that came out was Invasion of Normandy. All right, Invasion of Normandy, when it first came out, it was ridiculously balanced toward, it wasn't really balanced, it was just the Germans were clobbering everyone. And, you know, playing it at first, it was a different map environment compared to the Battle of Moscow. It was more open space, way open space, to the point where you could get sniped from different areas and all that, where it wasn't even possible in the Battle of Moscow. I say Battle of Moscow is relatively a flat combat zone versus Invasion of Normandy with its hills and there's terrain and everything, so it gets like really crazy. So when I first played it, I was like, oh, this is insane, this is difficult. You know, I was having a hard time adjusting to it, especially because I want to play Allies, right? I was playing Germans in the Battle of Moscow, so I was like, really, is there any point to really playing the Germans again in Normandy? I was like, nah, I'm going to play the Allies, but the Allies are getting clobbered. So current patches, you know, up to date now, the Allies started getting more stuff. I believe now they get like the A-20G, which is just bombs, 500-pound bombs, it just destroys the entire German team, takes out vehicles. The Allies also has a jumbo now, so the jumbo is able to go and troll German armor by having impenetrable front armor. Now if you are smart enough, like a Panzer 3M, you can just go flank around them and shoot them in the side, which I've done with a premium Panzer 3M, so that's not a bad tank at all. Don't let anyone dissuade you from it. The problem is I took the Panzer 3N out too, and I was trying to go around the side and hit the, what you call it, jumbo. And funny enough, even though it's a shorter barrel 75mm cannon, it has to even penetrate at all, so go figure. But yeah, so Invasion of Normandy right now, I feel, especially after doing the Normandy event, maybe take a step back and like appreciate it more, just because it's gotten more balance in my opinion than how it used to be. Now definitely it's a lot quicker gameplay, way quicker gameplay than Battle of Moscow. Like we're talking about 9-day difference. This is like late 1944 or whatever, so weapons are going to be more powerful, the guns are going to be quicker, reaction times are going to be quicker, vehicles are more powerful, stuff like that. And for me, I like later World War II. Early World War II is interesting, but late World War II is a lot where a lot of the technology comes from, a lot of cool combat vehicles and everything like that. So I'm always a bigger fan of like kind of the D-Day and everything like that. So not saying I'm a fanboy, but if you kind of like late World War II, you kind of like, you know, Invasion of Normandy, D-Day and all that, then definitely I would recommend checking out Invasion of Normandy. And you know, it's hard to say where I'm going to rank this. I really want to rank it differently, but I can't, because, and I'll go into Battle of Berlin in a second about my opinion on that. But I like the Invasion of Normandy. It's pretty simple in my opinion. If you like late World War II and you like kind of like, not really gonna say Call of Duty, because this isn't Call of Duty where you run a gun and it's really fluid, but I mean it's a lot quicker. I mean, if you like Call of Duty and that type of gameplay, then it's kind of similar where it's just kind of quicker pace. And yeah, like I said, I would recommend checking it out if you like that. Definitely, if you like that type of environment, then definitely check out Invasion of Normandy. Now, lastly, you're probably gonna figure out why it's number 2. And I'm gonna write it down now, so that way we're not gonna go and have an issue with it. But Battle of Berlin, why is this number 2? Honestly, I was thinking about ranking it number 1, but I can't in good conscience do it because of the current microtransaction / paywall that's involved in it. And the reason why is because it's going to cost you roughly $50 just to get in, because you have to buy. Yeah, right now there's excuses. Well, you can try it out for free and CBT and all that. But no, it's not really, you can't really try it out for free, because you're going to be taking out level 1 Joe Schmoes, getting clobbered by, you know, Timmy, who's been at level 15, has got like a Panther G, or he's got like, or if he's got the PPSH, you know, like stuff like that. Like that's, to me, that's, I never saw that with Invasion of Normandy, nor with the Battle of Moscow. Like that's a new pay model that Enlisted is doing. And, you know, personally, if you have the Battle of Berlin right now, or you have it unlocked, and you have paid the paywall, I recommend just grinding that out to 15 right now, because why not? You're literally clubbing SEALs, level 1, you know, players running around level 1 Joe Schmo squads that aren't going to be able to do anything compared to your other gear. Like, it's very easy to do very well in Battle of Berlin. Of course, going full wall warrior mode, which personally, that shouldn't really be a thing, right? But, you know, besides that $50 paywall just to get in, and, you know, basically what I'm talking about is, if you haven't seen my video talking about the squads, the premium squads, basically you need to buy a premium squad that has the MP41, MP40/1 for the Germans, and the PPSH for the Russians, and it's basically both assault squads. You get access, and then you get to retain your level progression. Because if you're just playing right now, you get level 1 Joe Schmoes, you take them out into battle, you have no XP boost or anything like that. It's telling you, hey, if you want to progress, you should probably buy the premium pack, right? So that's kind of unfair, and personally, why waste your time playing that game mode if you're not going to get any credit for it at all? I personally took it out, and that's the thing too, is what you should do is that if you like Battle of Berlin, if you want to get into it, before you pay for the paywall, go take out and play some of the maps, get a hang of the maps, because I took out like the schmoes, and I was like actually doing like top of my team with them. So it's possible, but why I like the Battle of Berlin, or why I like it, is because it's close quarters. I'm gonna write CQC, close quarters combat. You're basically, it's just, I don't know if you ever played Battlefield 3, if you're familiar with it, when they had that close quarters and expansion or whatever. But basically, like literally, it's an arena, it's like a brawl. There's no wide open areas like the Invasion of Normandy, nor is it just simple, flat terrain that, it does have some areas you can maneuver now. Like Battle of Berlin, you have buildings and everything, narrow streets, like one street really for a tank to drive on. Tanks are brawling, like close quarters combat, like it's insane. And definitely you get the Call of Duty, kind of that quick pace that you get in the Invasion of Normandy, but it's all like close quarters. Like if you like brawling, if you like that type of content, like if you play World of Warships, you like to play the heavy, the battleship and just brawl with your opponents, well, like this is definitely the game mode or the kind of scenario. And it's kind of interesting seeing how these campaigns all play kind of differently. But that's my recommendation. Level 1 Invasion of Normandy. Basically, if you like Call of Duty, you kind of like World War II weapons, and right now there's no paywall, then definitely check it out. If you play the Battle of Berlin, or you're interested in close quarters combat, you can try out the level 1 Stroshmos, see if you like the maps and everything like that. If you really do, then consider maybe dropping $50, but I don't agree with having a $50 paywall and having other opponents gimped by that. And then lastly, Battle Moscow. If you're a new player to the game, definitely understand the mechanics and everything by playing that. If you're an older player and you're not really good with reaction times and everything like that, well, Battle Moscow is pretty good, kind of just for working with that kind of capabilities. And it's kind of interesting how all these campaigns kind of play differently. And I really do I don't know if it's intentional, maybe it's not, but at the same time, it's pretty cool kind of how they all play differently, so you're not playing the same repetitive exact game mode. So that's what I'm kind of impressed with Enlisted. Compared to like other games, other World War II games out there, it's not really blatantly copy and paste. Each one of these play exactly differently than the other. So other than that, if you reached this point in the video, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for sticking around. If you're new to my channel, consider possibly subscribing. I hope today is the day that I earned your subscription. I'm about to hit like 200 subs on this channel. It means a lot. I think one week or one day we went from like, I think up 15 plus subs or something. So that's impressive. So if you're new also, or if you're a subscriber or whatever, comment down below, hit the like on that like button. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Helps me YouTube recommend more of my videos. But other than that, I hope this kind of gives you a good perspective on what to play if you're new, if you're returning, or you're currently playing. You can kind of relate or understand what I'm talking about. But comment down below for suggestions for other videos. I'll go check it out. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.